Our Victor Ogale, who is on the ground. Victor, let's go over to you. Victor, hello Victor, how are you? Victor, can you hear me?
Well, I'm fine, and I am fine, and this is a sad morning here. Just a point of correction, the incident did not happen in Tiati, but it happened in Marigat town, at the junction of Marigat heading to Cabernet, at a joint known as T Junction Bar and Restaurant, which is in Baringo South. And just to put you in the noise that there were two hooded men who came into this particular spot where I'm standing, into this joint known as T Junction. And one had an AK-47 gun, and the two were hooded, and one had a machete. And they fired twice in the air before walking up to where the two deceased politicians were seated together with 5 other friends, and they were having a meal and a couple of drinks. And once they got there, they found them lying on the ground, because after they shot, people at this particular place started scampering for safety. Others ran to the bushes nearby. Others decided to lie down. And once they got there, they singled out the two and they shot them at close range, and then they walked down. According to one of the employees of this particular place who we talked to, and he sought anonymity, he was hiding at a thicket just next to the parking where the vehicles of the two people had been parked. And the gunman and the one who was carrying a machete, they were joined by 2 other people who decided to again torch the vehicle belonging to Cherotey, who's the MCA for Marok Ward in Tiati constituency, which is a Suzuki Escudo. After torching it, they vandalized the vehicle of engineer Pepe Kitamba, who's the aspirant for aspiring to be member of parliament for Tiati constituency. They vandalized it, and they also took away those luggage, according to the driver, because you also managed to talk to the driver. Those luggage which is suspected to be having a stash of cash. Remember, according to the driver's account also, the driver says that Pepe Kitamba came using a public service vehicle, using shuttle to Nakuru from Nairobi, and they met in Nakuru in the evening at around 7, together with the luggage and his other bag. And they stashed it up, they put it behind, in the hind seat of his Toyota VX, and they drove here. And the driver says he recalled him calling one of his friends. He could not tell who, but it was one of the politicians, because they talked at length about political matters. And then he told him that if they can meet somewhere and perhaps have a meal before breaking for the night. Today on Saturday, they were to go to Tiati constituency to attend the burial of a Kenya police reservist officer who passed on last week. And so perhaps also they were also to go and conduct a little bit of campaigns here and there, and perhaps the money was going to be used for that particular event. No arrests have been made so far with the bodies. Tamima, no arrests have been made so far, with the bodies of the deceased being taken to the Cabernet Hospital mortuary. The motive of the incident cannot be confirmed exactly, because there are rumors going here and there in Marigat town, people saying it is politically motivated, people saying that the member of county assembly was on the forefront in hitting at people who are cattle rustlers perhaps. So there are 2 schools of thought. Others are saying that it is linked to cattle rustling in the area, others are saying it is linked to politics. Tamima?
Victor, have the families been notified?
Well, the families, we understand, are on the way, but we managed to get a relative who comes from Tiati. He's a brother-in-law to the late Pepe Kitamba, and he happened to also be in Marigat, and because yesterday they had a meeting of aspirants, and perhaps he went there to represent his relative. So we managed to talk to him at the police station, at the Marigat police station, just a few meters from here, and they are saddened by the death. But however, according to him, he says that the manager of this place perhaps may have had information, because he came and called one of the people who were seated together with them and told them that this place is not safe for you politicians to sit here or rather converge here. Can you please leave? And moments later, that's when the attack happened. Tamima?
Victor, have the police given an official statement to the media, and perhaps do they know if the 2 individuals had any bad blood with anyone?
Well, the police have not talked yet, no official communication. It is only our efforts trying to call the various organs that are involved in this. The scene of crime were here. Of course, they did not talk, but they did what they did, and then they headed to Cabernet perhaps to have a look at the bodies. About the motive, as I've told you, it cannot be exactly established because the people who are here, the eyewitnesses, every one of them was campaigning for their safety. But perhaps it is clear that these people were being trailed. People knew where they were, who they were, what they were putting on at the time, their cars, or rather their registration number plates of their cars, because the two went there, one with a machete. Even if you go to the crime scene, you see a lot of scaffold tables up and down, bottles, broken glasses. Then there is a mark, perhaps the machete hit the table, because there is a table that is partly split. And then there is a lot of blood that is on the floor. So the motive, or the attackers knew exactly what they were aiming at and what they were looking for. Tamima?
Victor, what is the mood on the ground? And since you're there, and obviously this being the election season, how do you see this impacting the campaigns and the rallies in that particular area?
Well, the mood here is everyone is in grief and shock. Papa is a person who was known. They describe him as a jovial person. And even the people who used to come at this particular joint, they say that once he was around, you are assured of getting free drinks. He was a generous person. Though most of them don't want to talk, that is an issue that me and my colleague Peter Kimani have struggled. None of them wants to give an account of what happened, even those that were here. Perhaps that should also give the police a lead as to why the people around this particular area are silent on the issue. Everyone you talk to, everyone you want to ask a thing or two, they don't want to talk. Once you start rolling your camera, they move aside, others go, others just start running away. And it is something that the investigators can look into. And as well, going into a political season, perhaps this is not a good one. Also considering that the particular party that the Pepe Kitamba was planning to seek a ticket to run for the parliamentary seat in Tiati is yet to conduct its nominations in a few weeks, or rather a few days to come from now. So it is not a good indication, because perhaps people might start having grudges, saying that perhaps person B eliminated person A, and perhaps if it is established that it is politically motivated, it might not be a good sign. But then again, as Kenyans, we pray for peace, we preach peace, that let us have a peaceful Kenya, a peaceful election, a peaceful registration process, even as we wait for the final deadline to come to an end a few hours from now. People should go and register perhaps, and just to ensure that there is peaceful coalition from now and to the 8th of August, when we shall elect our leaders at various capacities, from the county assembly to the women representative, the member of parliament, to the president, to the senator, to the governor, and the members of parliament. Shamima?
Thank you very much for that report.